Hi, welcome back to Panic Butter. Hey, this is Tony. Glad to see you. Now, I hope you're having a great day. A huge shout out to all of our subscribers. We are here and growing because of you. Thank you, and let's make it happen. Today we're going to get into some creepy, some strange, some of the weird and mysterious. You know the ones we like. Are you ready? Here we go.
You see it? What is that? Down the water.
I don't know what this is. This looks pretty dang strange. Almost looks like a kite tail.
Oh my god, it went in the water.
Pretty strange, that's for sure.
It's coming out of the water. Yeah, this thing is creepy, man. What the hell? Stay over there. Don't come to me. Taking a dip.
Let's go in there.
Yo. What the hell? I don't know what I am seeing right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, well, that makes everybody. Nobody knows what they were seeing there. That's kind of strange, huh? A little creepy. Kind of looked like the tail of a kite or, I don't know, a bunch of drones. Something weird, something strange. What do you think? Let me know. It's always a good guess. It's always a good guess. You know it is. Everybody has an opinion. What's yours?
UFOs landing right now.
I'm sure you're thinking, why are we taking pictures of some stupid balloon floating? Well, it's not a balloon. As you can see, it stops, and it's under some sort of control. But let's go back to the beginning. Balloon. Not any craft I've ever seen or known that has any sort of capability. I doubt the military would be flying something so secretive over a
Yeah, wanna bet?
area like this where it could be seen by other people.
Yeah, they do a lot more than we're thinking they do.
Yeah, that's the best 4K picture of an orb of some sort, no noticeable propulsion to it, we've ever seen probably in years. I've seen a lot of these. This video is actually 5 minutes long. I cut it down for TikTok. We've never seen anything like this. Closest you're gonna get to a real picture of UFO reported Baja California by a 85-year-old woman who came outside of her house, dirty and warm, she thought the cops were outside. Suddenly looked up into the sky and seen about 6 balls of fire floating on top of her house, separating each other by 15 feet apart, flying saucer. These fireballs suddenly, eliminated all fire from around the craft. She said she was able to see these vehicles. She had her cell phone on her. Remember guys, she's 85. She wasn't thinking of taking a video, so she snapped some pictures of this craft. I zoomed into the pictures, so some of them are pixelated, but as you guys can see, what looks like an extraterrestrial inside the middle window if you guys look closely. Just amazing, guys. What do you guys think about this? Comment below.
Love to see more.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? That's a good thing we could read it. Anyways, it was great. It was interesting. Got the point across. It is definitely strange. What are we going to do next? Let's take a look at a volcano. See what kind of weird things they do. What can they produce? Here it is. Let's look.
What are these UFO-looking things above the European sky? These are called volcanic smoke rings, and they were spotted recently above Italy's Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano. Volcanic smoke rings have been documented at volcanoes worldwide, but multiple displays like this one are extremely rare. Until recently, scientists didn't understand how these smoke rings are formed. However, research showed that the formation of the rings requires a calm atmosphere and a circular volcanic vent. When hot volcanic gases are released suddenly from the vent in a short pulse, the gases rush upwards and create a cloud. Etna produces more of these rings than any other volcano. Mount Etna rises 11,000 feet above the island of Sicily and erupts frequently. There was no harm to humans or structures from the latest eruption.
Yeah, that's pretty cool looking, huh? Imagine sitting outside and seeing that somewhere. Look up in the sky. There it is. Whoa! Crazy stuff happens when you're around a volcano. Happened out here, Mount St. Helens. It was a wild event. But here we go. Let's see what's happening here next.
I am a high-level military liaison between the Pentagon and NASA. I'm here as a anonymous whistleblower to tell everyone that what happened on April the 8th was not an eclipse.
Uh-oh.
What happened on April the 8th was called Project Pegasus. It's been in the planning for years. What occurred, if not an eclipse, since the moon was beside the sun during it and not crossing it, and also it's for both in Pisces. The whole thing is ridiculous, and that's how much credit the government gives all of you, because they'll do something that blatantly wrong, inaccurate, just impossible, and yet they know that Americans, they'll be called conspiracy theorists if they even bring it up. So they do it, and they don't even care. Okay, so what did they do if there wasn't an eclipse? The biggest thing you have to realize is the coincidence, which was no coincidence, of CERN being turned on that day.
It is near impossible to explain or understand for most of us, but monumental nonetheless.
CERN was turned back on that day, and immediately after it was turned on, this is what appeared in the sky above CERN in Switzerland on the 8th. A literal portal was created above CERN, and this was actually predicted, which is one reason why it was filmed by many people who were in the know. But ever since they discovered the Higgs boson in 2012, the God particle, that's when all of this contact began to occur.
Using a particle accelerator, believe they have found the subatomic particle known as the Higgs boson, otherwise known as the God particle. There you have it.
Because this whole thing of Project Pegasus was about CERN. Through its experiments with the God particle and particle acceleration in general, they achieved quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon when, by working at the quantum level and getting to the true incredible energy of particles, once they combine or collide, there was something that occurred where the quantum entanglement manifested in a being emerging from another dimension, another alien being that then emerged. Through that, this was a couple years ago, through that introduction, through that communication, three governments got involved in a negotiation that occurred in a very bizarre way, because it didn't actually happen in person. I'm not going to waste time explaining how the negotiations happened, but between Russia, China, and America, they dealt with this species, and this species offered a deal. And the deal was that we would be given something if they were allowed to come here to Earth and basically set up a secret base. What did we get, and what's their secret base about? Okay, I'll just quickly tell you. What we got was AI. Think about it. Didn't AI emerge out of nowhere 2023? And didn't it emerge, not just out of nowhere, in an incredibly mature, sophisticated level of complexity that kind of makes sense for a new technology And even now, 1 year into it, a year and a half into it, whatever we're at, it's getting scary what it can do. I mean, it's indistinguishable from reality in some cases. Okay, so that's where we're at 2 years into AI, and that's because AI, like a lot of our technology, like the microchip and other things that we got from Roswell and the Greys, this is another technology from another higher level species. And let me just add this, for those who think that AI is about making funny pictures or interesting videos and stuff, sure, it can do that, and that is the consumer-facing end of this technology. But if you knew the intent of AI in terms of how it will impact your everyday life very soon, you might take a gun to your head and blow your brains out. It is that radical of a shift what the government intends to do with this shiny toy called AI. So that's what we got. In return, they got basically the southern half of Antarctica, below the South Pole. And that is what, well, let me, first things first, what the hell happened if not an actual eclipse? Well, a couple things. Number one, they required, in order to do this, and when I say do this, the event to happen on the 8th was the alien species coming through to our dimension. In order to come through, they required a few things. Number one, they required loosh. What is loosh? Loosh is the energy expended and exhibited by human beings when they are collectively excited and focused on something, like at a rock concert or during church or something like that.
Oh, it's emotional. I can't explain why, but it is. We had tears, we had screams, we had fireworks.
So by having so much of the planet looking up at a certain time of day and everybody giving their attention and their emotions to it, which by the way, if you watch some videos, you had newscasters crying.
It just took my breath away, the whole thing.
That was a bit odd that they were crying. And the reason they were crying was because it was an incredibly emotional thing, because the aliens made it so. The aliens made it so because the energy created or received from the loosh, and again, I've defined what loosh is.
Whoa, look at that! What's that all about?
That loosh energy, coupled with the energy of the sun, allowed them at the time of the quote-unquote eclipse for their mothership, which is what that circle was. It wasn't a moon. Their mothership came out of nowhere, entered into the area of the sun, stopped. Did you notice how it stopped for an inordinate amount of time in the center when it should have been continuing at the very slow crawl rate that the moon typically does? Well, it didn't. It stayed there for a bit of time. And that's insane, okay? That's another blatant giveaway. And again, the government thinks that no one's going to notice, or if they notice, they'll be branded a conspiracy theorist, and they don't care. So they just allowed it to happen. This ship basically connected with the sun at that moment and got an incredible amount of physical energy required for them to enter through the dimension. Coming in from another dimension takes an incredible amount of energy. The sun and our loosh did that. At that point, the ship went around the back of the sun. Did you notice that we didn't see anything depart? It just sort of disappeared into the sun. Well, it kind of did. It went around to the back, and it all actually docked there where it is at this moment that I speak. What happened next? Well, from that energy, from that loosh, from that focus, from that also that actual hydrogen-based nuclear energy it got from the sun, it was able to send a massive amount of ships and individuals of their race to the Earth into an area just north of the Antarctic base that they're going to take over. The waves, if you look at the waves stuff, the things that happened on the wave map during that time, okay?
April 9th, 2024. The day after the solar eclipse, something terrifying lurked off the coast of Antarctica. Radar systems detected a monstrous wave anomaly, an area larger than Texas with 80-foot waves. The anomaly moved up towards South Africa. At the same time, Cape Town witnessed a horrifying sight. The ocean receded dramatically, as if dragged away by some unseen force. Beaches were left exposed, waves vanished. What really happened? A glitch in the system? A creature? Or something yet to be seen?
And they had the audacity to tell the public it was a glitch. It wasn't a glitch because there is tons of video and evidence of people in South Africa running from, mini tsunami level waves that were created by these ships, becoming USOs, going underwater. And from doing that and establishing themselves there, they were able to then make their move to the southern part of Antarctica. They also took animals.
We're going to talk to Jason about some of the changes that we've heard. Birds making more noises.
And it's fun to see all the animals act up.
Anything you noticed with the animals as you were sitting back there just a minute ago?
They get very active now. The fish were jumping out of the water a lot.
Animals were a big part of the deal. Of course, taking humans was off the table from our governments, but they allowed that animals to be taken, and animals reacted weirdly during this quote-unquote eclipse. Also, the government is presently asking for reports of animal behavior because they know exactly what's going on and they want to know how it affected them. The reason why there was disasters declared and all the National Guard and all that was because the government doesn't know if they can trust these people, okay? They're still getting to know them, and we didn't know what would happen, really. We were told the government's with, man, we have it all on paper. I mean, I have packets of reports about what we were told by this species of what happened, but we had to be prepared in case it got crazy, in case something went off script, in case there was some invasion. I mean, we had to prepare for the worst because we didn't know if we could trust. I think the craziest secret that I have to divulge, though, about this whole thing is that the two rockets that NASA shot on the 8th, coincidentally, to quote-unquote observe what was the official narrative. Well, guess what, people? It was half true. They were shot up there to observe, but there happened to be actually 4 astronauts in those rockets, 2 in each. And they rendezvoused with the mothership because those astronauts are part of an exchange program that we initiated with these species. And it's actually 3 men and 1 woman, are going to be going, the first to them on the mothership for, I think, at least 2 years is what's scheduled. And then back to the home planet, which I'm not comfortable divulging the location of their home planet yet. It looks like we can trust them for the time being. Everything went as planned. And again, the fact is that the public doesn't have a frickin' clue that what they just witnessed was essentially the first incursion, I call it an incursion, of a alien race onto our sovereign, planet, and they now have a piece of it. And what they do next, we have no idea.
Wow, there was a lot there, huh? That's a lot to unpack. Is any of that true? What do you think? It's kind of hard to believe, but if there's just a little sliver of truth to any of it, it's pretty heavy. Then what? Then you gotta watch out. You gotta pay a lot more attention. What's going on? What's real and what's not? What do you see when you look up? I don't know. Here we go. What is this? Well, you don't know if that's a plane just coming straight at you, or is that a UFO? It's something though, huh? Don't know. What do you think that was? Kind of crazy. Might have been drones. Probably a plane. Coming straight in for that landing. They're having more trouble these days though. Not all landings are good. Or comfortable. Let's see what's up next. Doesn't have nothing to do with the plane.
That's as far as it goes. On video. I'm taking a video.
Yeah, better than a plane.
I don't know. Goes away. What the hell?
What is going on? Do you see it?
Yeah, what is that? Is that real? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, huh? These days, everything looks good. Even the bad stuff looks good. Even the good stuff sometimes is more questionable. You never know. So, let's move on. See something else strange and mysterious. Like this.
Hi guys, I was terrified to post this, but I'm going to anyway. I took this shot this day because I noticed this big, long, black cloud in the sky, and I played with the lighting on it because I saw a guy on TikTok playing with the lighting on things in the sky and noticed that when I did, it still stood out. And guys, brace yourself for this. First of all, I'm going to apologize for the shaking and the glare of my filming, but I'm not techie, I'm not with camera, but
What the heck?
I adjusted the lighting and decided to zoom in and film, and you guys, this is what
Is that in the clouds?
was inside of this dark cloud in the sky on October 31st, 2022.
What in the heck?
Like, what? What is this? Do you see this? Can you guys see this? This is like, I was blown away.
No doubt.
And I'm sorry again for the shake. I was literally shaking at what I was seeing. My eyes couldn't believe it. Look at this. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, my eyes can't believe it either.
I'm trying to get as close as possible as I can. This literally shook me to the core. This is like supposed to be a cloud, guys.
It is pretty heavy duty.
A cloud in the sky.
Wow.
Do you see? Look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable. This is like, I don't know, is it the inside of a ship? Look at all this structure.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
This is unbelievable. You can zoom in even more, try to, because this looks like an entire city or maybe the inside of a ship in the sky. You are never going to look at the sky the same ever again. These dark clouds are not clouds. They are cloaked Shit. Look at this. There is a whole entire world inside of here. I don't even have the words. And you guys, what's this? It's like Star Trek in our sky.
Yeah.
This is not the only one that's like this. I've gone through my pictures. Some of them do not have this inside. It looks a little different, and some of them are exactly like this. And this is the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at that.
Huh. She got to see if she can do it in real time now.
Hopefully nothing happens to me for posting this, guys. If it does, fight for my life, please.
You exposed us. You're busted. That was pretty heavy. If that's real, that's crazy. What is it and what's in there? What do you think it is? Have you ever seen or heard anything like that? Let me know. That's pretty trippy. Let's move on though. These clouds, they're something else. Are they all real? Can't be. Some of them conspiracy theories are true.
Peace and divine love to all the gods and goddesses, all the high vibration, beautiful souls and spirits. So today we'll be talking about cloaked UFO clouds. Let's dive in. Now, understand something. Most of these clouds y'all see in the sky are not just regular clouds, you feel me? And you can tell the regular clouds from the other clouds, man. It's a big ass difference. Now, understand something. These cloaked UFO clouds is really our sky people. They love blending in with the sky to keep themselves from being seen. Like I said, right now, as we speak, every day, all day, it's literally a parking lot full of UFOs orbiting with the sun. But they bending the light so you can't see the shit. Now, understand that the technology we have is so more advanced than the technology, the government have. We literally got UFOs made out of crystals that can go faster than the fucking speed of light and etc. Like, y'all remember that movie Independence Day? When that big ass mothership just appeared in the sky and everybody started going crazy and shit? It'll be just like that when that motherfucker show itself, man. Now, the UFOs y'all see today, man, y'all think the motherfuckers big and etc. Man, wait till y'all see the mothership. These UFOs y'all seeing today, man, is just warships that just was sent out of the mothership. So just imagine how big the fucking mothership is. Like I said, it's a lot of extraterrestrials from different planets that's joining in on this war, man. So we got all type of UFOs and shit in the sky. Even the government have UFOs of their own, but their technology is not as advanced as ours. Let those with a clear vision see, man. I love, value, appreciate, and adore every single last one of y'all. Ground, sun gates, detox, meditate, fast. I see everything. Peace, family.
That's crazy. Everybody's got a different opinion. What if some of that's true, though? Just a little bit. Like maybe the size of the craft. That's probably the closest thing to the truth, because that's what you hear the most of. Something huge. Well, let's move on. See what else is out there to witness. Like this. Right here. This is crazy. Yeah, what the hell is that? Yeah, what is that?
Hacia equilibrios constantes de países marítimos muy elevados. Se parece mucho a la música de los salse. El plan es son los miembros cuyo la crecimiento entonces, si la gente vamos a hacer un contraste para que se pueda dar a esta perfectamente la incidencia al metal además de la que tiene la cuestión de güey, que está más o menos al nivel de ambas clave. Esto es impresionante. Esa diferencia no es lo que se puede resaltar. Y te puedo decir que no hay una sola evidencia de manipulación que pueda dar de que este cuerpo pueda ser manipulado. Es decir, son auténticos 100%. No hay evidencia de manipulación. Bueno, esa es ahí, no hay manipulado. Y que por un evalúa la radiativa. Y lo no hay movimiento de que se haya sacado con un hueso.
Is that real? That's the question. Looks good. Looks creepy as all heck, huh?
Todas las articulaciones coherentes, auténticas, no hay forma que ellas lo hecho. Es decir, tiene autenticidad, correlación desde la interósea y además no hay evidencia de manipulación. Para los escépticos, digamos, que piensan que podría ser una compilación más
Wow. What do you think about that? If that's real, that is something, isn't it? Crazy. Found two of them. Looked mummified, petrified. But was it real? Looked good. It looked like it was on the x-rays there. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. That was pretty intense. Just like this.
When people talk about CE5 and making contact, I think that it happens on multiple levels. In 1991, I did a white paper documenting that the ETs had technology-assisted consciousness. These are technologies that assist innate conscious capabilities and thought, projection, and intention. But they also have consciousness-assisted technologies that are guided by conscious field and thought. That's the foundation of the communication. Now, what we're doing with CE5 contact, those of you who have the app, and if you don't, I suggest you get it, that is a program of using innate human capabilities to experience conscious field, our own mind, but in a way that allows us to have it expanded and then be able to see or remote view these ET craft or beings and then invite them to come to our location. The only technologies we're really using is a laser going up so that they know our precise location, because a lot of people have a hard time seeing and visualizing where they are on the Earth, certainly. And similarly, we have the CE5 contact tones that are projected over a radio transmitter. And those you can get at any store, you just hit the button and play it. And the reason for that is that's our signature, and they know when they hear that there's a CE5 team. So technologically, except for cameras where we photograph or video, that's really all we're having. There's another whole issue. Illegally run classified projects have very advanced technologies, from reverse engineering ET communication systems for years. And those have been used with human interface, with the sort of enslaved humans, as almost like a biomachine, interfacing with the technology to contact ET craft, but then hijack their controls and bring them into an area struck by an electrical pulse or scalar weapon. Now, I have known of this program in its general outline for about 30 years. I've known of the specifics of a very detailed new version of this program, started in the mid-90s, and has been improved since then from a deep source inside the intelligence and aerospace community. Part of the news here today is that I just returned from a trip out in a remote area of the United States over to black sites, which I cannot speak to where they are right now, but those sites are used for this purpose, where these people and technologies are used to image the ET craft, actively take over their guidance and control system, sort of like when the Iranians hacked into our CIA drone and took control of its flight controls and landed it. That's some years ago. Think of it with a thought consciousness interface to machinery, because it's consciousness to machine. And unfortunately, there are covert human programs that are doing that, but not for peaceful CE5 contact, to basically bring those craft in so they can be targeted. Now, the one site I was at last week, 2 weeks ago now, actually, was one where about 2 ET vehicles are downed every year. We know there are multiple sites like that around the United States and even more around the world. So this is something, again, that members of Congress do not quite understand. They have not been read in on this program, although I have a source in who is currently very highly classified, communicating some of this to one of the investigators in the Senate. But I think this is the reason why, listen carefully, if you look at our CE5 contact protocols, in that it says only to appear in a way that is safe and protected for this place, this time.
Wow.
And the reason I've been putting that in there for 30 years is that I know that there are systems that track ET craft when they're in full 3D. Now, if they're halfway in this dimension, more in a barely an energetic form, it's not so effective. But when they're really 3D, which is what everybody wants, they are basically like shooting fish in a barrel, these space and ground-based systems that are very accurate. So that's why when you're doing CE5, we always ask the ETs to appear in a way for them and for us. That is in there for a very specific reason that I've explained before. But I'm glad this question is coming up again, because we've just gotten an enormous amount of detailed, actionable intelligence on an active program that is using a type of consciousness technology interface, humans, to do monstrous, absolutely monstrous actions against the
Wow, there it is, from somebody that is seriously connected. Has a lot of information, a whole lot of information. Some pretty wild things he gets into. Always worth it. Never fails. Never gets old. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join me. We do stuff like this coming up. What The hell is that?
Oh, thank you.
好了，来给我。被收走了。
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that looks just like one of the crafts that we've been hearing about and talking about here. Wow, what do you think? It's kind of spooky, huh? It's kind of cool though. Probably see that all over the place. People just take it for granted because it just looks cool. You never know. We'll change gears here for a second. Watch this.
After she found out her mom passed away, she was on the porch crying while on the phone with a loved one telling them the news.
I think you called me down. Mama, Mike just called me and said Mama's dead. I swear to God. I can't breathe.
Her neighbor actually heard her across the street and then walked over to her and hugged her while she was upset on the phone. Her neighbor knew she had no one with her at the moment, so decided to comfort her until her family arrived. She said, "My neighbor doing this is the reason I believe there are still good people."
Absolutely.
These trainers got together to help him conquer his fear of box jumps. After multiple failed attempts, he really believed he couldn't do it. So one of the trainers said this.
All the people that's on the internet, right here, come on, now! Come on, here. Come on!
After turning around in frustration, he turned back around and just went for it and did it. He was so excited to finally beat this fear and went right over to the trainer who gave him words of inspiration and tears.
Oh, that was fantastic, huh? Yeah, man, that put a smile from ear to ear on your face. If you made it this far, thanks. Hit that subscribe button and join me next time. We will do the same thing. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.